Hello everyone, I'm Valerie Abbott representing District 3 on the Birmingham City Council. I'm not leaving to quit, I'm just leaving because I think it's time to let somebody else have an opportunity and get some new and fresh ideas out there. I'm sure they're tired of me by now, so it's time. Good morning, Birmingham. Today is November 13th. This is the regular meeting of the Birmingham City Council.
She's a model council member.
The ideal of what a true public servant is and can be.
I used to want her to run for mayor.
Extremely approachable, extremely knowledgeable.
Trustworthy, because whatever she said, that she was going to do, she did it.
I was always very impressed with her, and I had encouraged her to run.
So in my almost 24 years, I've been here. I've shown up.
Dependable. I think she's missed maybe 3 council meetings in her 20 plus years.
I don't know how many, it'd been 1 or 2.
Well, I've missed either 2 or 3 meetings. I forget whether it's 2 or 3.
Because she's not going to miss a meeting.
She would always turn up, nearly always at every neighborhood meeting.
She wouldn't miss a meeting.
And that takes a lot of effort to be there. It takes away from your family, but that's Valerie. She believed in public service.
She believed she worked for the whole city, not just her district.
Councilor Abbott would be present, not just in District 3, which she served for 20 plus years, but she would be present in my district, District 7. She would actually show her face in all the various districts all over the city.
What I did when I came into office, I went to every event anybody invited me to, regardless of whose district it was in. Because I wanted to learn everybody's district.
Councilor Abbott has always made a difference. She was not just one who led from her district, but she led throughout the city. And some councilors, that I've served with had problems with them, with her showing up at their event. I'd love for her to show up at mine because it just really shows the solidarity of the leadership that you have in the city, and people want to see that.
I attended a meeting just a couple of years ago that was out at the Botanical Gardens, and I couldn't believe how many people from other districts came up to her and just thanked her for coming to their different neighborhoods and standing up for the city and just being so prepared anytime that she would go out to any of the meetings.
I couldn't tell you how many times I've talked to people around the city that have told me, they said, your counselor knows more about what goes on in my neighborhood than my own counselor does.
One time I went on a trip, that's one of the days I missed. So I've dedicated my life to it, but I feel like there's always going to be so much more to do.
She served not with her voice, I think more with her presence during her tenure on the council, and just her being in the room, you could understand what her heart meant civically with her presence.
She ran for District 3, and I supported her, and I've never regretted it because she has been a fine council person. She speaks to power, meaning if she doesn't like something, she tells the mayor.
I wanted to ask the mayor if
she tells her fellow council people.
everyone, all of us, there is no one here who does not have a copy of the Mayor-Council Act. If you don't have one, there's a problem, but it's your problem.
So that's rare.
See, that's what I've learned in 20 years on the council.
I found her to be very compassionate. She also, like I said before, helped us. She was hands-on. and I loved it. I really wished at one time, I used to think that she should run, and I've said I'm being redundant and repetitive, but I really wish she had run for mayor because of her knowledge, her hands-on experience, her uncommon common sense when it came to Birmingham and our neighborhood, and she showed that love.
So the residents have no defense.
So she's very, very reasonable and down to earth.
If people come and park in front of their homes and take up all their parking, there's really, the owner was very kind to offer to have his security people stop them from parking on the public street, but legally, you can't stop the public from parking on the street.
She knows when to speak up and speak out. Ask great questions.
I just wanted to ask, I have a couple of other questions, and then I wanted to ask about your parking.
She's not afraid to ask a million questions if that's what it takes to get comfortable with moving forward with something.
I did want to ask, would you please come back up to the podium so I can ask you my question?
So all of these little personality traits that she had was exemplified in her carrying out her responsibility as a city councilor.
I guess I had a lot of questions.
She never hesitated to let us know what she really thought.
She had integrity. That's what I felt like in her vote.
And she's always had someone that shared her viewpoint that if you're going to be a servant of the people, you have to be a knowledgeable servant of the people.
Actually, that was a good answer.
She's also really witty. She's real funny. And the more I've gotten to know her, the more I laugh, the funnier it is. So,
you know, it was kind of selfish to just stay and try to keep all this fun for myself. And it would be better to share it with someone else and let them have the experience. And it really has been, you know, there certainly have been ups and downs, and I could name some names and, you know, tell you what closet to look in. I can tell stories.
We're gonna have a good time so we can talk about that. Thank you, Mrs. Abbott.
Some of us who knew her very well recognized that on first glance, she did not really look the part of a tough political leader. And we came up with a bit of a tagline that we would use good-naturedly among ourselves, fear the bun. And it was our way of indicating, showing that we respected her, we revered her, but we also feared her. We understood that she was not going to back down and that we would learn from that.
I will have to admit, sometimes when I was at the podium and she was asking questions, I would get a little nervous because she was the one who would sometimes ask the really hard questions and sometimes even point out something that for me might be a little embarrassing because I came up short. But that's the kind of person you want in government, people that ask hard questions, think critically, don't just play along, but really sometimes challenge the status quo.
I would see make her position and stand on it.
She was unwavering in what she believed in, what she believed was best for her constituents and for the community.
I'm a planner at heart, and I think you better have a plan before you walk out the door.
She was a little bit in the minority with her opinions, but that doesn't deter her, that doesn't scare her. She stands firm and she listens to constituents and relays their desires.
I'm going to vote no on this item simply so we can move on to a real solution. But I thank you, Mr. Mayor.
And explain why. That's what I liked. She explained her reasoning for her decision regarding her vote.
And that tenacity, that's not something that a lot of us have. We might cower down, we may go with the flow, but she always based her decisions on research, on logic, on fully understanding and engaging with her constituents.
For someone to have office for 1 term, 2 terms is a lot. Coming on 6 terms, that says everything. That means the community really appreciates the work that you've done, and they value the work that you bring to the table. And the reality is that District 3 and our 7 neighborhoods really appreciate the work that she's done over that time.
You know, I think that Valerie is a rare individual that we won't be necessarily seeing in the future. Someone who has dedicated this many years of their life. You know, she's had a family, she's had an elderly mom that unfortunately just recently passed, but how dedicated she was to her office that she would be re-elected to each time that she would run.
Her seat was not something that she took for granted. So every term that she ran, she gave it her all in serving the citizens of District 3.
Well, just having that work ethic to not miss council meetings, to go to, she's on several boards and really, and she listens to her district and looks out for them.
She was dedicated to this public service anyway, even before she got on the council. Like I said, she was neighborhood president for several years. Her mother ended up taking over one of her former positions as well. But she really cares about what goes on, and after she retires, I figure she'll continue to do the same thing.
This little fundraiser, as she puts it, wasn't so little after all.
This is an opportunity to promote a very good thing. And so, as scared as we are, we're going to be doing this job.
I have a tremendous fear of heights, and I did not want to do this, but I felt I needed to do this. So I issued a challenge to the council.
She and the other council lady tried to talk me into doing that, and I would have no parts of that.
She said, yes, I'll jump. I was just floored, highly, highly impressed.
Yeah, I knew that she said that she was going to do it, and it really shocked me.
I was very concerned. I was very upset. I did not scold my boss, but I had a very long talk with her. I said, why are you in the air skydiving?
Doing something scary to fight something scary. That was the mantra for councilors Valerie Abbott and Kim Rafferty as they faced jumping out of a plane to help raise money and bring awareness to a rare genetic disorder called CDKL5.
She was the last one I expected. We were the 2 oldest on the council, and I didn't, and 2 females, you know, and there were certain councilors I didn't think would jump, but I just did not expect Valerie to go out on that limb with her knees.
Jumping out of a perfectly good plane, I guess it seems like the right thing to do, so we'll see how it turns out.
Only 6 o'clock in the morning and my heartbeat is out of control. 10 minutes into boarding, feels like I'm about to explode. Time for the ride up, tension started to swirl. I can't believe I'm gonna free fall from the top of the world.
Every time you wanna feel freedom in your life, just go skydiving, baby, go skydiving, yeah.
A hurting child is involved. I mean, how can you say no?
As a result of our actions, we did help to get that law passed in Montgomery, and to better medical research here in Alabama, and to help people that have constant seizures to have alternative choices in medicating.
And I watched it and I prayed, I watched and prayed and watched, and she landed safe. So that made all the difference in the world.
Valerie has always been adventurous. She may seem quiet and mild-mannered, but deep down inside, you got a young lady that got a lot of fire in her heart. And Valerie was one of the first ones to step up and say, count me in. I, on the other hand, said, no way. So she beat me on that one.
She really felt committed to that cause, and she says it was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. She's glad she did it. Will she do it again? No.
The lessons that I've learned from Valerie would be to be a good listener. She listens very well. She is caring, she is kind, and she's understanding.
She was a counselor like encyclopedia. You just opened a book and Councilor Abbott could provide you with the guidance and information you needed. I was always looking for someone to learn. She gave me that motherly council person type of feel, that person you can lean on and get guidance from, to always keep you in check. That was important, especially sitting up on the dais.
She taught me how going through the process of learning the different boards and agencies that we oversaw on the council. She taught me everything I needed to know about due process, especially when it came to zoning. And understanding the legal sense of what we needed to do as opposed to the political sense of what people want you to do. And so I found that to be some invaluable advice and direction that I took from her.
I was able to learn a lot of things about legislation and how city government operates, just shadowing alongside her.
I honestly don't think that I would have made it these past 4+ years, I guess going on 6, of being a neighborhood leader without a councilwoman like Councilor Abbott. She's amazing, and like I said, she just always has information. We're both very inquisitive and want answers and information, and she's done an incredible job of helping me along the way with that.
I think a heartfelt thank you for always being there, always being supportive, always guiding in the right directions, even sometimes when I had firm convictions about something. I took her thoughts to heart, and our operation was more successful, and I was more successful as a professional because of her guidance.
She taught me that planning, timeliness, listening to the voice of the people were imminent. She has this saying that poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part. So I have learned that, practiced that, and it has really made an impact in my service here for the city of Birmingham.
You have to learn. You have to learn from watching her example. She doesn't just talk it, that's the thing.
She does what she says. And I think that's so important today, because many of the politicians today don't walk the walk when they talk the talk. And she walks the walk when she talks the talk.
And I've learned a lot from her. She, particularly when she was in charge of the meeting, always gave us an opportunity to present our case, make our case before the committee or the council or whatever it is, and treated us with great respect.
Having those programs that she supported financially.
I don't think we have time enough to do them all, but there are so many.
She's been really interested in health is wealth for everyone. And she was really on board with trying to make sure that the employees lived a healthy, happy whole life.
She was able to impact thousands of students over the years.
She loves students, so that's where EPIC comes in.
And help to plant that seed of what they could do as really engaged citizens in the future.
Her impact is the fact that she has constantly contributed her discretionary funds to the band program at EPIC, and we have been able to get some amazing things from those funds. I've been able to get a lot of good, just sheet music through her funds. It means exposure. These children leave EPIC and they go to basically specialty middle schools, and from there to maybe an IB high school, and from there scholarships. And that's the goal, for them to start here and to end up with money for scholarship.
She was very supportive of different recycling programs throughout the city of Birmingham. In her district, there were several gardens that she supported through the neighborhood association with her discretionary funds that made sure that those neighborhoods could take vacant lots and grow vegetables and things like that on the property itself.
To projects at Vulcan, projects throughout the city. Even George Ward Park was one of the first major projects that District 3 did with CBBGD funds. And so when I still think about the list of her accomplishments, there are numerous pages and pages and pages of them, but I tell you, she's worked hard to make a difference.
We had literally 5,000 saplings, and with the help of Public Works and neighborhoods, church groups, Boy Scout groups, Girl Scout groups, all the neighborhoods in the district dug the holes, and on one day we put all 5,000 trees in the ground, 500 per neighborhood within the district.
Well, first thing that comes to mind when I think of Valerie Abbott is the trees will be protected at all costs.
Her legacy to me is one of being truly a servant leader in the fact that she speaks for her residents. She isn't timid in her voice when it comes to bringing up the difficult subjects, and it's always mirrored with a hope of change, and it's sprinkled in with love.
She's really left an imprint of fairness,
persistence, accountability, being above reproach. For example, never has there ever been a hint of impropriety.
The type of personality that was serious, that was no nonsense, someone that believed in understanding what the issues were and not just accepting what's being told her, but what she's able to do research on and come up with her own concepts of what needs to be done to move the city forward. So I always took her to be a serious person.
Yeah, she's leaving her impact.
And she's been a real trooper, and she's been at neighborhood meetings, been council meetings, very supportive, and it's been a great pleasure to work with her.
I admired her as a neighborhood president. She was always working for the neighborhood. She would always pester me and the city officials to get projects done in her area. She truly wants to help people. And I think anybody who knows her understands she has no hidden agenda.
Her legacy is going to be in every building, in every zoning code, in every development that's in the city, because she was very ardent about and intentional by her actions, the words that she used, the direction that she gave. And when people come into a meeting to talk about building the physical structure of the city, she's always at the table and they're always deferring to her for that information and that guidance.
Her greatest contribution, first of all, to the council is she served as the senior councilor. She's been there the longest. and she has been on every committee of the city. She's also been president before, she's been pro tem before, and she brings a lot of wisdom and knowledge and history with her. She believes in excellence in every area, so she has truly been an impact to the council because of those factors. To the community, she's had a very strong impact in the fact that, number one, she's a great listener. She believes in listening to the concerns of the community and how we can make a difference in the community. So therefore, I have called her the voice of reason because she believes in standing up for her constituents. She believes in fighting for her constituents. And she believes in doing whatever she can to fulfill the voice of District 3 to the fullest extent.
Birmingham is definitely better because of Councilor Abbott's service.
I'm going to miss the fact that I have dedicated my life to this job. And after it'll be 23 years, 11 months, and 1 day that I will have spent in this office. And I actually was sworn into office on my wedding anniversary. So I can always remember the date. So yeah, I'm gonna miss lots of things about it. You know, the camaraderie. This is the best council I've ever served with. So I was glad that I stuck it out for one more term. And so this group means something special to me. And it'll be hard to walk away, especially feeling like things are unfinished. But I'm going to be watching because I've got projects that are supposed to have already started, but they haven't yet. And so I told Josh he could have full credit for getting them done as long as he made sure they got done.
Raise your right hand. I,
Valerie Abbott,
solemnly swear
or affirm
that I will support
the
Constitution and will obey the laws of the United States of America and of the state of Alabama. That I will in all respects observe the provision of the ordinance of the city of Birmingham. And I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of council member. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy your retirement, but I say that kind of tongue-in-cheek because I know you have intentions of still being involved in the community, and so I expect you to, I expect to interact with you frequently, even though you're leaving the council. I know you're still going to be involved, and probably run into you in all the same places. So, it's goodbye, but I'll see you tomorrow.
So, Mrs. Abbott, I just want to thank you for your service. I want to thank you for your leadership. I want to thank you for your guidance, whether it was far or close. I've always admired the work that you've done on the council, and again, the role that you've played in city government, and the way that you've represented women in this system and in political system. So thank you, Mrs. Abbott. I wish you a wonderful retirement. I know it is not the end of your service to the city of Birmingham. It's just the way that you will be continuing to serve. So again, happy retirement. I wish you all the best, and I thank you for the opportunity to have served with you.
Hey Valerie, congratulations on an incredible career right here serving the residents of Birmingham. Your impact will truly ripple for years and years and decades to come. You know, it's a very, very unique moment for me growing up, being able to see you serve here in the city, not really knowing that one day I'd be serving with you. And so I've been able to learn a ton from you. You have the unique ability to completely tell somebody off in a way that they don't even realize it until they're well down the hallway. And so continue serving Birmingham in your own way. I know you'll find ways to continue to make an impact, but grateful for the 24 years that you have put in. And like I said, you've got a friend here at the Birmingham City Council. I'm going to do what I can to make sure we continue planting trees and protecting.
So, Valerie, I am incredibly both sad that you are leaving. I know you're not really leaving, but that you will not be serving with us, as well as grateful for your friendship. You were the first friend that I had on this council when I started 8 years ago, and you have been absolutely someone that has had so many different roles in my service to the city of Birmingham. And what I mean by that, you've had a historical knowledge of what has gone on in the past. You have been able to teach me a lot of things about everything from Robert's Rules of Order to the reason that the Mayor-Council Act operates the way that it does, and everything in between. I want to thank you for your friendship. First and foremost, it's been really, really special getting to serve with you and to have you mentor me the way that you have. But I also want to say that you will be a lifelong friend of mine, and I am happy for you, excited for the next chapter of your life as you quote unquote retire from the council. But I know that you're not going to retire from civic involvement, so I look forward to continue to getting to work with you, because it is a privilege. And thank you for everything that you have given me, from your friendship to your knowledge and your leadership. And thank you so much for being one of the best representatives of the actual residents in the city of Birmingham that we probably have ever had.
Councilor Abbott, listen, 24 years, that's a long time. That's a big deal. I think you got the record on that, but just wanted to say congratulations for going into retirement. I know that does not mean that you still won't be active and involved and engaged, because like, that's just who you are, right? But we appreciate you so much for your wisdom, for your knowledge, for the way that you have fought for your district and for the city of Birmingham. Never being afraid to ask a question, never being afraid to say what needs to be said, regardless of who is going to rub the wrong way, all in hopes of, making us a better city, and always fighting for residents. And so that's what I'll remember about your time here. That's what I'll appreciate the most about your time here. And I just greatly appreciate you and all you've done.
I just wish her all the luck on her next journey. I know this won't be the last that we will see of her. I hope that she still calls me every week. Hopefully, she invites me on her evening walks. I would love that. And so, her legacy will always live on. And I definitely, whenever I think of anything environmental or trees or even grammatical errors I may catch in the minutes, I'll think of her. So thank you, Councilor Abbott, for your years of service.
Valerie, I was here when you came to City Hall as a councilor. I was in the mayor's office, and we get to go out together. But one thing you impressed upon me was really how to be a city councilor. And I'm not going to say I did what you did, but I was really so impressed by the way you showed up, and you showed up everywhere, no matter where it was in Birmingham. You embraced the whole city and showed up for the entire city of Birmingham, not just your district. And you did that probably as long as you could until you burned yourself out, because there was not a place you didn't go. And that always stood out to me and impressed me so. And I feel like that's your legacy. We're elected by a small section of Birmingham, but we really need to embrace, and represent and act on behalf of the entire city. So I feel like you modeled that for us, and I thank you for it. And it's been a real honor to serve with you.
Hey, Councilor Abbott, I just want to wish you a great retirement
24 years serving the city of Birmingham, I know that you're not going to sit down. I know that you're going to be doing something so important to impact the next generation's life or somebody's life. I have had a joy and a pleasure working with you, learning from you, gleaming from you, your senior experience, you being the dean of the council, giving wise counsel to people like myself. I really want to thank you for being supportive to the initiatives that I brought back to the city to help reduce violence. You were spot on, hands-on, with no questions asked. I really thank you for the time that you have given this city. And so I just want to wish you happy retirement from me to you. Love you much, Councilor Abbott, and may God continue to bless you and enrich your life and give you many more days to keep impacting people's lives. Congratulations, Councilor Abbott.
Valerie, you know the phone number and you know I answer it at any hour due to what I did at the library. So if you need me, call. You know I'll be there.
Thank you so much, Councilor Abbott, for your years of service and dedication. We so appreciate you in the Highland Park neighborhood, and on behalf of the City of Birmingham, thank you for your service and wish you all the best.
Miss Abbott, thank you for loving Birmingham, and as I said, thank you for Birmingham being your baby. Go and enjoy your retirement. I don't believe that you're just going to go and sit back and twiddle your thumbs. I think you're going to always have your pulse, which we need, have your hands on the pulse of Birmingham. And thank you so much for all you have done. And thank you for the legacy that you're leaving to Birmingham.
Councilman Abbott, thank you for believing in me, Dr. Creed, and for believing in Be Well. We wish you well, and I know that this next phase of life will be amazing, just as amazing as you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for the things that you have done for East Avondale that will never be forgotten. We will never forget you. Congratulations on your retirement, and I know you're still going to be doing some work. You know, it may be behind the scenes, but I know you're still going to be doing some good work. And I love you, and East Avondale love you, and you just enjoy.
Thank you for everything you've done, Valerie. You've been an inspiration for my years of service for the city as well. Thank you, appreciate it. Enjoy your retirement.
Councilor Abbott, thank you for everything that you have done for me, and more importantly, for our beloved Vulcan. We really appreciate everything that you've done, all of your time and effort, and wish you all the best in your many years of retirement.
Valerie, enjoy your retirement. It is well deserved. I will miss you, but I still know how to reach you. Enjoy. I wish God's blessings and good health. Love you.
Valerie, you're a high character, wonderful person. You are a terrible loss to the City Council and other boards that you have served on. I hope the others have been paying attention. The way you articulate issues, you summarize down, and then you come into a motion, and you give the rationale of your motions. And oftentimes, it might even be 6 or 7 people are against that kind of motion, but by the time you explain it, and sometimes you even ask witnesses to come forward to the microphone again to explain a viewpoint that's been controversial or misunderstood. At the end of it, it gives a fair viewing of what you need in a democracy to discuss something out. So I love you for that. We're going to miss you terribly.
Well, Councilor Abbott, you have truly been an iconic servant in this community for many, many years. You hold the record for the longest tenured city council member to ever serve in the city of Birmingham. I think that's something to say that your legacy will live on and on for your service, not just in District 3, but throughout the city of Birmingham. In every step of your life, you've been a great civic servant to this community. And for me personally, you were like that friend, that motherly love that was needed on the city council during my time here. I can't tell you how much we're gonna miss you on the dais, but I know you're still gonna be serving in your own way in Birmingham for the rest of your life. We love you and thank you again for your service to our city.
Valerie, you have been through a lot these last 25 years. And I was blessed to be with you during some of the hardest points. You are a fabulous mom. You are a fabulous wife. You are a fabulous mother, fabulous daughter, aside from all of your political things that you've done. And I am so proud of who you are and what you've accomplished. And I wish you only the best going forward.
Valerie, Councilor Abbott, thank you for your service to your city and your community. Thank you for the way you've conducted yourself and conducted the meetings and the processes through which I've been involved over the years, always with dignity and respect, and I appreciate you very much. And I wish you the best in your future endeavors. Thank you for serving the city as well as you have.
Councilor Abbott, thank you for being a voice of reason, shedding light in District 3, and thank you for putting up with my daddy for all these years.
Well, Valerie, let me tell you this. You know, you and I, we go back for some time, and I've always admired your stick-to-itiveness. And by that I mean, when you got something on your mind to get it done, you always manage to find a way to get it done for the service of the people. Your dedication has been exemplary. It should be a standard for every other elected official, man or woman, who follow in your footsteps, to be dedicated to the community, to the city as you were. And I really appreciate working with you down through the years. And I know that sometimes we didn't always agree, but I always knew that you came from a place of wanting to do the best for the citizens. So for that, I admire you. Enjoy your retirement. And I know, let me just say this, now that it popped into my head. You know, when you started out, your husband was your biggest campaigner. He dressed your car up or his car up and drove all over the city. Martha was your right arm. Everything you did, she was right there along with you, helping you. I remember a young man, we used to call him Bowlegs. Bowlegs loved him some Valerie Abbott, and you loved Bowlegs. Dr. Lee came along and he was able to help you do all the things that you needed to do after Martha left. And for that, it demonstrated to me that you have a love of people and a love and a commitment for everyone. And you shared that with me through your dedication to all the neighborhoods that you serve, not just in your district, but throughout the city of Birmingham. So I want to say, well done, good and faithful servant of the people and of God. Keep up the good work and enjoy yourself.
Well, Councilor Abbott, I think I'm like the rest. We cannot believe that you're retiring. But I want to sincerely say thank you for the years of service and the support that you've given me over my 23 years. You definitely was a strong support in the earlier years. That first administration, I think it tried both of us. But thank you so much. You've been through a lot, but you surely have given a lot. And again, let me say thank you, and please enjoy your retirement. Love you.
Hey, Councilor Abbott, this is Randall Woodsman, Mayor of Birmingham. Wanted to stop in and say congratulations on your retirement, on your many, many years of public service to the city of Birmingham, as not just a city councilor, but a neighborhood officer and so many other positions you've held. You truly love the city of Birmingham, and the residents of District 3 and all the citizens of the entire city of Birmingham, we wish you much success in your retirement. I think back to 2003, I was 22 at the time, fresh out of college, and I started working on the third floor here at City Hall, and I got a chance to work with Martha probably every day. I saw her, I didn't see you, but I didn't see any of the councilors, but I saw your team members, and Martha was such a delight, such a delight. And so thinking back to that memory, thinking about how long you've been here, you've seen the change and the progress that has been made for the city. It's been because of you and your colleagues over all these years. So have fun. We'll protect the trees, okay? All right, just telling you, we'll protect the trees. All right, that's it. Happy retirement.